I call AI and robotics the supersonic tsunami.
Yes.
Which maybe is a little alarming.
You think?
It's good. It's good. Well, because
I just like
world
the
needs a wake-up
alliteration,
call.
frankly. And anything short of shaping atoms, AI can do probably half or more of those jobs right now. Have universal high income and social unrest. That's my prediction.
Oh, that will make for a lot of problems.
Is that your actual prediction?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems likely.
All right, so Elon Musk just sat down with Peter Diamandis and Dave Blunden on the Moonshots podcast. It's a 3-hour conversation, but buried inside it are a few moments that really stand out. He talks about how AI could already do a huge chunk of today's jobs right now. How AI and robotics together are about to hit like what he calls a supersonic tsunami. And how the real question isn't if this happens, but how fast it spreads and what that actually means for society. From universal high income to the singularity to robot surgeons to the loss of meaning, you're not going to want to miss this one. Let's get into it. All right, so let's start with the claim that really kind of sets the tone for the rest of the video. Elon says that a number of jobs, especially white-collar ones, could already be done by AI, and yet they aren't. Check this out.
There's going to be more intelligence, digital intelligence, than all human intelligence combined, and more humanoid robots than all humans. And assuming we're in a benign scenario, Star Trek, sort of Roddenberry, not Cameron situation.
Yeah. Poor Jim.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's important to have these sort of
counterpoints.
Yeah. Let's not go in that direction. Thing. The robots are going to just do whatever you want.
All the blue collar labor is being done by robots. All data centers are being built by robots.
The white collar labor will be the first to go, because until you can move atoms, the thing that can be replaced first is anything that involves just digital. Like if it's digital, like if it involves tapping keys on a keyboard and moving a mouse, the computer can do that. The AI can do that.
Sure.
You need the humanoid robots to shape atoms. So if all you're doing is changing bits of information, which is white collar work, that is the first thing that
when
AI
is it gone?
will.
This is the inspirational. This is the inspirational part of the podcast, by the way.
Okay.
When is all white collar work gone? By when?
Well, there's a lot of inertia. So even with AI at its current state, I'd say you're pretty close to being able to replace half of all jobs.
And you know that
white collar jobs. That includes anything like education too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So anything that involves information, and anything short of shaping atoms, AI can do probably half or more of those jobs right now.
Sure.
But there's a lot of inertia. People just keep doing the same thing for quite some time, and there actually has to be a company that makes more use of AI that competes with a company that makes less use of AI, creating a forcing function for increased use of AI.
Right.
Otherwise, the company that still has humans do things that AI can do will still continue to exist.
So I honestly agree with this. I've said it before in a previous video, the bottleneck isn't really capability anymore. It's deployment and adoption. And adoption takes time. There has to be a really strong reason for people to actually switch. And Elon's view is that reason is simple. It's cost.
I call AI and robotics the supersonic tsunami.
Yes.
Which maybe is a little alarming.
You think?
It's good. It's good. Well, because the world needs a wake-up call.
Yeah.
This is important for folks to grok, because I don't want to leave people depressed. I want people to understand what's coming. So we're basically demonetizing everything. I mean, labor becomes the cost of capex and electricity. AI is basically intelligence available at a de minimis price. So you're able to produce almost anything. Things get down to basic costs of materials and electricity, right? So people can have whatever stuff they want, whatever services they need.
Yes.
It's not, when we say universal high income, it sounds like it's a tax and redistribute, but that's not the case.
I think my best guess for how this will manifest is that prices will drop.
Yeah.
So as the efficiency of production or the provision of services drops, prices will drop. I mean, prices in dollar terms are the ratio between the output of goods and services and the money supply.
Sure.
So if your output of goods and services increases faster than the money supply, you will have deflation, or vice versa. So
it's a good thing we're growing the money supply so quickly, then.
Right. Exactly.
Well, luck.
Yes. That's why I came to let's not worry about growing the money supply. It won't matter because the output of goods and services actually will grow faster than the money supply, and I think we'll be in this. And this is a prediction I think some others have made, but I will add to it, which is that I think governments will actually be pushing to increase money supply, like
faster.
Yes, they won't be able to waste the money fast enough, which is saying something for government.
So if the cost of labor is dropping to the cost of electricity, and the cost of goods and services are going to fall dramatically, then something like a universal basic income starts to sound like a necessity. Elon actually goes a step further. He says we'll likely see a universal high income, where people can essentially have whatever they want. But he also adds a warning that we should probably be careful what we wish for.
How do we go towards universal high income instead of social unrest? So
Why not both?
Or because we don't want social unrest.
Jews.
Yeah. So
have universal high income and social unrest. That's my prediction.
Oh, that will make for a lot of problems.
Is that your actual prediction?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems likely.
I'm like, tell me
I'd
I'm
love
wrong.
to push back on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
but
it seems like that's the trend.
Yeah, totally.
No, we have.
Well, because there's going to be so much change.
Yeah,
exactly. People are going to be
it's
scared shitless.
Yeah, it's sort of the it's like, be careful what you wish for because you might get it.
Yeah.
Now, if you actually get all the stuff you want, is that actually the future you want?
Yeah.
Because it means that your job won't matter.
If you're living an unchallenged life,
yes,
right, with no challenges, no, if you become a couch potato, if it's the Wall-E future, that does not go well for humans.
Well, and we're used to being told, here's your challenge. Yeah. So people haven't historically been very good at creating their own challenge in the absence of
I think Elon does a damn good job. Every time one company takes off, you start your next.
Oh, that's rare, though.
Glutton for punishment.
I think you are.
Yeah.
I think you are, but thank God for that.
So yeah, they're kind of half joking here, but they're actually touching on something pretty deep. Because if AI and robots can truly do everything for us, and I mean everything, then what's the point? How do we find our place in a world that is essentially completely automated? Do we even have a place anymore? These are the existential questions we should all be thinking about right now, because this is a lot closer than most people think.
I mean, Ray has a singularity out way too far. I mean, this is like the next, what's your timeline for this?
We're in the singularity.
Well, we are in the singularity, for sure. We're in the midst of it right now, for sure. Yeah. And it would just
we're in this beautiful sweet spot, which is,
we're on the roller coasters. We're just
exactly. That's a great analogy. It's just like that feeling.
You're at the top of the roller coaster and you're about to go.
Yeah, but it's going to be a lot of G's when you
a lot of G's.
when you hit it.
Yeah. It's like feel like I don't have to just have courtside seats. I'm on the court.
Exactly.
And it still blows my mind. Sometimes multiple times a week.
Yeah.
So just when I think, I'm like, wow. And then it's like 2 days later, more wow.
Yeah. Exponential wow.
Yeah. I think we'll hit AGI next year in 26.
Yeah. I heard you say that.
Yeah. I've said that for a while, actually.
And then, and then you said by 2029, 2030, equivalent to the entire human race.
2030, we exceed. Like, I'm confident by 2030, AI will exceed the intelligence of all humans combined.
And that's way pessimistic. If you hit AGI next year, and that's that date is in flux, but from that date to self-improvements that are on the order of 1,000, 10,000x, just algorithmic improvements, is very short. And so
why isn't everybody
why
isn't everybody talking about this right now?
Well, I mean, on
X
they are.
Yes, but why isn't
every day basically?
Yeah, but it's
Don't
like,
stop.
It's not
okay. So I'll tell you something else I'll tell you something that most people in the AI community don't yet understand.
Okay.
Which is almost no one understands this. The intelligence density potential is vastly greater than what we're currently experiencing. So I think we're off by 2 orders of magnitude in terms of the intelligence density per gigabyte.
Of what's achievable?
Yes.
Per gigawatt of energy?
Let's characterize it by file size.
Okay.
If the file size of the AI, if you have intelligence per gigabyte.
Oh, okay. Yes, sure. On your premise, on your laptop.
In power too, but it's
or parameter
the same thing.
Yeah. Whatever.
So
2 orders of magnitude.
Yes.
Yeah. And you, like you said, you ringside, courtside seat, you would know.
I'd say it's yes.
Yeah.
2 orders of magnitude improvement in that's just algorithmic improvement. Same computer, and the computers are getting better.
Yeah.
So
and bigger, see, they're getting better, and the budgets are getting bigger.
So that's why I think it is on. It is like a 10x improvement per year type of thing, 1,000%.
Yeah,
and that's going to happen for the foreseeable future.
So yeah, the singularity has begun. We'll get AGI potentially this year, and within a few years after that, AI exceeding the intelligence of all humans combined. And this will come from algorithmic improvements alone, not even new hardware or architectures. Now, all this might sound abstract. AGI, ASI, intelligence density. It's hard to picture what that actually means in the real world. And there's also many different definitions for all these terms. But in this next and final clip, Elon gives a concrete example of what this could actually look like. Check it out.
Let me tell you about some of the good things.
Please.
So right now, there's a shortage of doctors and great surgeons. You're a doctor yourself.
Yes.
You know it takes a long time for a human to become...
It's ridiculously expensive and long.
Ridiculously, super long time to learn to be a good doctor. And even then, the knowledge is constantly evolving. It's hard to keep up with everything. Doctors have limited time. They make mistakes. And you say, like, how many great surgeons are there? Not that many great surgeons.
When do you think Optimus will be a better surgeon than the best surgeons? How long for that?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. Yeah. And by the way, that's
3 years. 3 years at scale.
Yes.
There'll probably be more Optimus robots that are great surgeons than there are all surgeons on Earth.
And the cost of that is the capex and electricity, and it works in Zimbabwe. The best surgeon is in the villages throughout Africa or any place on the planet.
Now, maybe that sounds crazy to some of you, but the fact that this is even being talked about seriously should tell you something. The assumptions we've always had about work, skills, and value are starting to break fast. And honestly, I'm not sure where this leaves us as humans. I'm really curious what you guys think about all this though. There's obviously good things and bad things that will come from this. But overall, are you generally more optimistic about where we're heading or pessimistic? Personally, I think it will be rough at first, and then amazing if we could come out of it alive. But that's not exactly a unique opinion. I'm pretty sure most people think that. So drop your thoughts below. I'm curious to see where you guys stand. And also, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the breakdown, please feel free to drop a like. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, I'll be catching you guys in the next one.